Yes. Good morning, students. Let us continue chapter number 2, environmental pollution. In the previous two videos, we have discussed the two different types of pollution, that is water pollution and air pollution. In this class, we will discuss land pollution. What are the sources of land pollution, the harmful effects, and also how we can take preventive measures in order to reduce land pollution. So, let us continue our class with the topic land pollution. Now, land pollution is something which is not evident on a large scale. We discuss only about water, air and noise pollution, but it is nowadays becoming a major type of pollution, and there are various sources of this land pollution. First of all, we can say that industries and the polluted water from the drains that flow on the ground, they slowly and gradually pollute the land. They destroy the quality of the land or the soil, we can say, and become a major factor in polluting the land. Second is plastic, or we can say polythene. As we know, plastic or polythene is a non-biodegradable waste. So, we should have the judicious use of plastic and polythenes. That means we should use when we want them. That means there should be careful use of that plastic and that sort of materials, because these are a major source or a factor in the pollution of this land. Third, that is urban waste like plastic, scrap, chemicals, etc. Many a times we see that different types of chemicals, especially in the urban areas, they are dumped on the ground, and plastic, scrap and the different sort of industries that uses these sort of chemicals, that directly drain those chemicals on the ground, and this pollutes the land and it becomes a source for the pollution of land. Fourthly, we can say that extensive use of chemical fertilizers. For obtaining more production or for the production of more and more crops, farmers use chemical fertilizers extensively, or we can say excessively. More and more chemical fertilizers are used in the crop production, and this is also one of the factors that is responsible for land pollution. So, these are some of the sources that are responsible for land pollution. Now, let us discuss what are the effects that land pollution can create on us. First, tuberculosis and bone disease. So, different sort of we can say disease are there because of land pollution. Since the farmers are using those polluted waters in their farming activities, so the output or the food grains that is obtained or the vegetables that are grown from those polluted water or polluted land, we can say, we are consuming those vegetables and all those food grains and are prone to different types of disease like tuberculosis and bone disease are there. And this is because of land pollution. Since the quality of the land is degraded or the quality of the land has gone down. Secondly, destroys the microorganisms which increases the fertility of the land, and ultimately the land becomes barren. So, due to the excessive use of fertilizers or chemical fertilizers, we can say, the fertility of the land decreases. That means, after a certain period of time, when the amount of those chemical fertilizers increases, it decreases the quality of the land and the production will ultimately decrease, or it will not be that much of production as used to be earlier, because with the use of maximum fertilizers, the micronutrients are destroyed, which are responsible for the fertility of the land. And after a longer duration of time, or after some time, or say some years, the land becomes barren. Barren means the land becomes a wasteland that is not suitable for farming activities, or that is not agricultural land. Leads to the scarcity of crops, that means it leads to the decrease in the crop production. So, these are some of the harmful effects of this land pollution. So, now what we can do in order to reduce this land pollution? What are the measures or what are the steps that we can take in order to minimize land pollution? Let us see. Use plastic and necessary chemicals judiciously. As we have discussed earlier, plastics and chemicals, we should use it judiciously. That means carefully we can use plastic and necessary chemicals. Secondly, no industries should be set up on arable land. Arable land means agricultural land, those soil or land that is suitable for agriculture. There should not be any industries. Government should make strict rules that industrialists should not acquire those land which are suitable for agriculture. Third, use of organic and traditional manure. Instead of chemical fertilizers and pesticides, insecticides, we should use traditional and organic, that is natural and traditional type of khadar and all those organic fertilizers, those which are natural. They will increase the fertility of the soil, and also at the same time it will reduce the land pollution. Plastic and solid waste should be recycled. So, there should be a process for the plastic and solid waste to be recycled. As we see nowadays, recycle of solid waste and plastic is evident on a large scale, and that is a good step that we became aware of the threats or the dangers of pollution. Lastly, we can say that pesticides should be used in minimum proportion or minimum amount. Pesticides and insecticides, that should be used in less quantity in order to reduce the land pollution, because all these things together they contribute in the increase of land pollution. So, these are some of the facts that are related to land pollution, in which we have studied the sources or the factors that are responsible for the land pollution. Also, we have discussed the harmful effect, what are the effects that can be created by this land pollution. And at last, we have discussed about all those preventive measures that should be taken in order to reduce land pollution. Now, in the next video, we will discuss about the last type of pollution, that is noise pollution.